I think today's the day we finally finish this little small little project called a coat rack. This is out of ambrosia maple. Doing five hooks, spread evenly. I've already marked out. Let's see. All right, that one's accurate. Doing 5.5 inches apart. Basically, just kind of split some sort of a reasonable distance with five hooks on a roughly 29-inch piece. Yep, 5.5. That's good. Yep, Christmas is over. Holidays are winding down. Still got New Year's to get through, but kind of a quiet day here. So let's try to get something done. Here, actually, I need to create. How much of these? These are what across? This is roughly inch to the outside. So let's do this. Mostly eyeballing. I mean, I measured most of everything, but also kind of eyeballing because I can't see through it. So just using this casting center line of this making process of this hook to get my center line here. Then I got a line going through the screw holes. That looks pretty straight up and down and even. Just mark those little circles. Excuse me. I'll bring the camera closer to see what I'm looking at. It's not it's not rocket science by any means. It looks pretty straight. Hope everyone had a good Christmas, had a good holiday. Friends, family, alone. It's different for everyone. It's always an interesting time, regardless of your familial situation. But fortunately, we had a good one this year. Eraser. There we go. Well, that sucks. Do I have? I should have. Where are they? Where's my erasers? Here's one. Hopefully, my pintails. Kind of worked. Will the hook cover it? Not really. All right. Anyway, Bring this over. I'm going to center punch these holes so I can get a straight drill. Straight drill bit going down. See if I can bring this over real quick. But basically, that's what that's kind of looking like. Sorry for the reflections. But yeah, pretty little cheap piece of wood. I think it's going to look good. It's going to go in a stairwell kind of pass-through entryway to replace the one I disliked greatly. Let's get that back. Let's see. That should be back in order. It seems like with this camera phone, it's an old smartphone. Where am I? I think 7 feet is roughly where I'm like in full frame. I'm about 7 feet away, a little bit closer. Anyway, let's get some center punches. I think I already did these two. Maybe slightly overkill for this wood here, but I don't want my bit traveling around all over the place. End up with wonky hooks. I don't want wonky hooks. Who wants wonky hooks? I love hooks. They are needed. They are necessary. They keep shit off the floor. And with a cheap piece of maple, you can do your own. Personalize and customize. Add a little extra character to your own house and space, wherever it may be. How deep are these? Okay. This particular bit. I've seen better days. Anyway, I'm trying to make quick work of this. I'm going to start taking down some Christmas decorations, clean up the house, clean up the fridge, eat some leftovers, get ready for the upcoming week. There we go. Good enough. Yeah, get ready for the upcoming week. Back to reality, as they say. Got some shit to take care of, stuff to do, a couple return trips on the job. Or not a couple, actually just one return trip. I was waiting on a part, finally received the part the other day. Finally came in the mail the other day, so I got to go back to this job. And here, I'm going to do a little close combat. Hand tightening. I love this Vera, I should say. I think it's a 12-in-1. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Push it, pops out, extra bits. It's also got the wrap adapter bit holder that locks it in, locking bit holder. That's my daily driver. My daily driver right here. Also use their, we call them tweakers, precision screwdrivers, basically. One flathead, one, as I was saying, before the camera died, one flathead, one Phillips. my daily drivers, keeping in my pouch. Anywho, let's do these. Let's get this thing mounted so we can move on. Move on to the next thing. That looks pretty straight still. So far, so good. These, so I got these like cheap little hooks at Ace Hardware, antique brass or whatever. Just something quick and available. There's an Ace down the street. Same packaging, same name, everything. And one pack is lighter, more brushed, I guess, than the three others. So, not taking it back. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the lighter ones on the outer edges. Seems like that'll offset the difference in color. The two lighter ones are going to be on the outer edges. Whatever. That's probably a little useless. Too much information. The wall this is going on is it's old plaster. Half of the house is plaster walls. The other half is sheetrock. And most of the plaster is in decent shape, I guess. But some of it you can see where there's a little cracking over time. We'll get to that at some point in the future. But this particular wall is going to be plaster. So, where's my hand tighten? Yeah, these hooks are not consistent color-wise. Nor are they my favorite style hook, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. My wife liked it. All right, finally. There we go. That's how that's going to look. Looks pretty even. About 3 inches to the center of these off each end. Like 5.5 spacing between the rest of them. The other two lighter ones, you might be able to tell. I mean, I can tell because I know, but stuff's going to be hooked onto it, so whatever. But yeah, came out pretty good. So we just got to go find some studs. I got a couple limited on my screws, color choices, but I think I'm going to use these black 3 inchers. Hopefully I'm in this frame here. If you hadn't already figured out, I am brand new to recording anything. Pretty late in life to start recording things in today's world, but whatever, we'll give it a shot. That's why I'm measuring how far away, testing this stuff out, cheap Amazon microphones, whatever. They all seem to be working just fine for what I'm using them for. So anyway, we go take some measurements and see where this is going to get mounted into. Let's see if this plaster gets in the way or not.